everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, our Giving Tuesday and Year-End Fundraising Summit entitled Mission in Motion. This is hosted by CauseVox. My name is Jenna Notarfrancesco, and we're also on today with Rabu, our CEO and co-founder. And we are really excited. This is probably one of our biggest summits of 2024, and we have an incredible lineup of speakers. So we're going to get started at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So it's just in just a few minutes, but I'll just walk through some of the housekeeping. So this webinar summit is being recorded, and you'll be getting the recording of all of the sessions, as well as the slides from each session and notes sometime early next week. So yeah, you can just sit back, relax, and take it all in. Additionally, we have a chat panel, a chat section and Q&A for you to participate with us during today's summit. So we want you to take advantage of that. We have some participation prizes that we will award to the people who participate the most from each section of today's summit. So if you remember being in school, like high school, and the teachers are like, please participate, you get graded on participation. This is a nice throwback to that. So
Jenna, what kind of prizes are folks gonna get? Is it stickers? Is that a medal?
It's a lot more fun this time because there's money involved. So CauseVox will make a $20 donation to any organization of your choice for the folks who would like to be more talkative in the chat, sharing ideas, asking questions, asking the speakers questions. So yeah, we like to have everyone share their thoughts and inputs to help just process all the information and get new ideas in our community.
We have an amazing lineup of speakers, and they have a lot of expertise. But I think the smartest folks in the room are actually our attendees. So if you can just share your experience, your tips, your insights, your perspective, I think that can really help round out what folks get from this summit. So really excited. So feel free to ask Q&A questions, be active in the chat, share your tips. Don't be shy. We'd love to hear from you. So just please participate, and we'd love to be the first to kick off your year-end fundraising or Giving Tuesday campaign with a first donation for all of our participation prize winners.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. And I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping for today.
Great. So I want to kick us off with just one question before we start, as our speakers are joining, as audience members are joining. So the one question is, in one word, how would you describe the state of your year-end fundraising plans? So just one word, if you can. Feel free to put it in the chat, and we'd love to hear from all of you today. We have some responses so far. We have ambitious, challenging, opportunity. Sounds great. So it sounds like some of our initial responses so far are excitement, are about looking forward to the big opportunity of what year-end fundraising and Giving Tuesday can entail. Maybe it'll be the biggest fundraising of the year for a lot of our audience members today, or maybe it'll be about increasing results from last year by a huge amount, but who knows? I'm excited because our summit today touches on not only looking forward to Giving Tuesday year-end fundraising, but also helps with some of the strategies, the tactics, and also connecting the different year-end fundraising strategies together. So really excited. Some folks over here are a little bit nervous about year-end fundraising. That is completely natural. That means there's a lot of opportunity for you today just to learn from some smart folks, not only experts in our field, but also a lot of the real life nonprofit professionals that deal with Giving Tuesday year-end fundraising. So you can hear from them in order to bring a little more comfort as well as a little more planning to your year-end plans. Amazing, amazing. So it looks like we have about 2 more minutes before we start. The next question I have for our audience is, which session are you most excited about? I know maybe that's not the best question, but we do have a lineup of an amazing agenda. But if you have had a look at our agenda, feel free to kind of put it in here. Which session are you most excited about today? And extra credit for folks who say the next session, our first session, which is uh, from Big Duck, which is year-end campaigns as an experience rebrand. So we have Jessica, who had just mentioned year-end campaigns and experience rebrand. Okay, I think that's huge kudos to our next speakers, Aaron and Farah. So it's exciting. Um, we have a few questions that have come in as well. So if you're looking for the summit agenda, we will present it as part of our slides in our introduction. But you can go to summit.cosvox.com. Jenna just pasted in the link. We do have our agenda right there. So feel free to take a look. For a lot of us today, we may be doing other things with our time, like doing actual work, not just learning. So you can feel free to join us in and out as you come in, out, and out in terms of the webinar. If you can't join us all day, we will be sending out a presentation as well as recordings, but this may take some time. It does take a bunch of time to kind of go through all the recordings and stuff. So if you do have a chance, feel free to join us today. You'll get the most out of this time, especially because there are times for Q&A, so you can ask specific questions. But we understand if you can't join us all day, we will send out the presentations as well as recordings in the next few days. All right, so we're gonna give it another minute or two for our speakers to join, as well as for attendees, and then we'll kick us off as part of our fundraising summit. All right, Jenna, should we get started since we're at the top of the hour?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so everybody, welcome again to Giving Tuesday Year-End Fundraising Summit, Mission in Motion by Cosvox. So I'm personally really excited over here. Just for a quick introduction for folks who don't know who we are, my name is Rob Wu. I'm the CEO as well as the co-founder of Cosvox. You're also on with Jenna, Notarfrancesco. Jenna is, lack for a better word, our producer for this fundraising summit. So big kudos to her. If you do have a chance, I know we haven't really started yet, but feel free to chat in your thanks to Jenna since she put in a lot of hard work at wrangling all of our speakers, sending out all the invites. So I definitely appreciate the work that she has done for this. So if you get anything good from the summit, it's all Jenna. So don't thank me at all. So thank you again for everyone who's joining us here today. A few housekeeping items to start. This session is being recorded, the whole fundraising summit. We're gonna just record all, 6-8 hours of this, Jenna? We're gonna just max out on our storage capacity on Zoom. So we're gonna do that just for y'all to record this, and we'll send out the recordings. Of all the speakers too, they have amazing slides. So we will collate those slides, consolidate them, and also send it out. And as a special treat, all of our sessions will also be transcribed. So we will be sending out session notes. So I know that sometimes it's hard to kind of type really quickly, write things down. So we're going to send out all the session notes as well. And you can kind of share that with your team, review them, whatever you want to. So a few housekeeping items. So welcome to Summit. I'm really excited about our summit because Giving Tuesday in year-end fundraising for a lot of us is the biggest fundraising of the year. You know, a lot of us are anxious, we're excited, but also we're really looking forward to this huge opportunity of year-end fundraising as well as Giving Tuesday. So, but the challenging thing is that, you know, a lot of us don't have a plan in place, or we're really anxious, we're nervous. We don't really know what to do in order to execute on year-end fundraising successfully. So that's one of the reasons why Jenna and I put this summit together, because with year-end fundraising Giving Tuesday really coming in the next few months, you know, we want to provide a roadmap for folks, or at least some comfort in terms of what strategies to work on, which tactics to leverage, as well as how you can connect Giving Tuesday as a discrete giving day event into your broader year-end fundraising strategy. So really excited for you in order to share that. We are hosted by CauseWalks. So CauseWalks, we are a fundraising platform for nonprofits. We've been around for about 14 years. This is very much my baby of an organization. I started this company with my buddy Jeff. He's the CTO of CauseWalks, who's in charge of product. And basically, we quit our jobs 14 years ago, and we moved in together. He's the best business partner I ever had, but also the worst roommate I ever had in my 20s. And we decided just to build product. So because we love nonprofits, and we've been doing that every single day ever since then. The good thing is that our product has greatly matured, and the even better thing is I'm no longer his roommate, so which is great. But what CauseWalks really does is our vision is to help nonprofits deepen their donor relationships, and how we do that is through several different ways. The first way is through easy to use fundraising tools where you can use CauseWalks for donation forms, donation pages. You can use CauseWalks for event ticketing forms, event ticketing sites. Also, you can use CauseWalks for more bigger fundraising events like giving days, runs, walks, races, peer-to-peer fundraising. Essentially, any type of fundraising you want to do, whether it's online or offline, you can use CauseWalks for that. What we then do is we take all of this great, easy to use tools for your fundraisers as well as for yourself, and we connect that into an easy to use donor management system. So you can nurture your donors, you can pull reports, you can do all of this in one place. And before I kind of dive too deeply into what CauseWalks does, which I'm not going to do right now, if you're looking for more information about CauseWalks, you can feel free to go to our site, causewalks.com. A lot of you know what CauseWalks is. For you guys who don't, and for y'all that don't, feel free to go to causewalks.com, kind of check out our website. But really, at the end of the day, what we really want to help organizations do is connect deeply and more closely to their donors in order to increase their fundraising results. You can always go to causewalks.com/schedule-a-demo. Jenna will paste a link in the chat if you're looking for a recorded demo or even a live one-on-one schedule demo of our platform. One of the things I do want to share before Jenna dives into the agenda is that I have a few tips in terms of your time today. So if you're going to join us the whole day, thank you for joining us for the whole day. And if you're going to join us for a few sessions, thank you for joining us for a few sessions. But one thing that I recommend that everyone do today is just write something down. So it's really easy for us just to consume information, where we may be entertained, we might be inspired, but at the end of the day, just write the one thing that you learned down on each session. And then you can reflect on that and then find the one tactic, the one strategy that you want to implement for this year end. You're going to be consumed and thrown a lot of different tips, a lot of different strategies, a lot of different tactics you can pursue. But the more vectors, the more channels that you have to experiment with and to run with, then the less impact you have. So I highly recommend just picking one thing, and that will be your one thing that you focus on for Giving Tuesday and year-end fundraising in order to move your fundraising results. The second thing is take a break and practice self-care. This summit is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So it runs from right now all the way to later this afternoon. So we have a lot of sessions here. So no one's going to be sad if you could just take a break, put us on mute, turn down your speakers, or just take some time for yourself to get some coffee or to stand up and walk around. So be sure to do that. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out in one day. Then very lastly, my tip is to share with your team. So there's a lot of great tips over here. We have a huge lineup of amazing speakers. So, and they have amazing insights, which Jenna will go over our agenda later. But share these tips, share the recordings, share the notes with your team. All this is free. I personally do this at CauseWalks, not because we're looking to generate customers or users from the summit. We really do this as part of our social mission, since I fundamentally believe that education should be free. I was the first person who wrote the first 100 blog posts on CauseWalks. If you go back in time on our blog, you can still see them. They're horrible. But as part of that, I just believe that education and insights and best practices should be free. And I'm glad that today that we have a lot more smarter people on our lineup to share with you on how you can really be successful for Giving Tuesday and your fundraising. But anyways, those are my 3 tips. Write stuff down, take a break, and share with your team. And we'll provide all the stuff that you share with the team after our summit ends. All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to hand this over to Jenna for our agenda.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for those tips, Rob, because it can be overwhelming. And I think having an idea going in, a mindset going in can be helpful. So I have the agenda here. I'll paste in the summit link as well. That's a place where you can look throughout the day to see where we are, track with us. So the way we'll do this is we have we have some sessions that are industry leader led too. And then we have these rapid fire fundraising tips, which is a new type of session for us where Rob will be interviewing one of our industry leaders as well. So more of like experiential information for you all to take down. So you'll see at the beginning, right, we're talking about brand this morning and then how to get recurring donors. And then we'll have a rapid fire session and then a summit break in the afternoon with our first participation prize winner. Then going further into the afternoon, we'll be learning about web design with the Sunday Roast folks. Julia Campbell will be joining us to talk about social media and year-end fundraising, which I'm excited about. And then another rapid fire session, another summit break with participation prize. And then we have a few more sessions wrapping us up into 4 p.m. Eastern. More about information about what to do right now to have the best year end, also inspiring donors and boosting donations. And then a final rapid fire session with Chad Lehman at Neil Squire. So we're really excited for today. These sessions and these speakers are just so incredible and have a wealth of information to share. So as Rob mentioned, everything will be recorded and we're going to be transcribing notes. And in addition to that, a lot of our speakers today have some free fundraising resources that you can use as you begin implementing all of the great information that you learned. So this will all be sent out in our follow-up email sometime early next week. So take a look out for all of that.